Assalamualaikum everyone, and welcome back to Pepe video update. Today we've had some pumps from Pepe at the moment, and I do want to talk about the movement that has happened for Pepe here. So let's go back into the daily and shift in the daily time frame and see what is exactly going on. So you got one very nice big green candle here, and you've actually moved all the way to 19,000. And as I told you yesterday, you have a pattern, and a pattern can be invalidated, and I kind of felt that it could be invalidated yesterday because I gave you one stop and I told you that if you do come above this area right here, you're looking for that 20,000 move to the upside, and that's exactly what happened. Always work with a stop loss. Now the first target was met at 15,000, and this second target here, boom, push all the way to the upside. From 15,000 you went all the way up here. Now for some reason some people are saying that this was never really a descending triangle, but it kind of had a different approach, and I'm going to tell you what kind of an approach that was. And it was that this trend line was almost like a falling wedge. So if you do look at it this way, boom and boom, and then you had this other trend line all the way to the downside. So if you do connect these two little bit of things, you almost had it like a falling wedge and not really like a descending triangle. So it doesn't make sense. All right, my bad. And this one, you went down like this, scroll down, and you push to the upside. That's the technical target out of that falling wedge right now. So let's see if the EMA crossover is happening for the coin. And yes, you are above the 10, the 20, and the 55 at the moment. And we also saw from Look on Chain on Twitter that some people are actually buying Pepe. Now, there's one more thing that I do want to see if it can happen for Pepe at the moment, and that is if probably this bullish engulfing starts to get into play. Now remember one thing, according to my own estimate and my own analysis personally, I still don't think there's any upward movement that is going to be there anytime soon, but who knows, I can actually be wrong. So we do need to see Pepe probably come above the all-time high, take the all-time high to start to create new highs again, and that would be amazing. But I do see that you still have a problem with this pattern here, this one being left shoulder, the head, and some probably the right shoulders right there. We still have a technical target that actually bothers me down here as well. So that's something you got to be careful about. And let's talk about the weekly time frame as well. Today is going to be Sunday, and you're going to start Monday from tomorrow as well. And yeah, so right now, one thing I'm going to say is that the pattern on the weekly is a little bit good right now. Okay, the pattern on the weekly is kind of amazing, and the pattern on the daily is also good. And the reason being is I'm going to tell you. So first of all, let's actually remove the drawings at the moment and let's talk about it. So the weekly, you do have 8 hours 17 minutes to close the candle, and if you close in a doji like that, you might end up pushing up next week as well, make a morning star, and just continue to climb even to the upside. So this can actually be a good sign. You can actually make a hammer right there. But if you start to take the lowest part of the hammer and you start to take this bearish harami, that is going to be really bad. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to potentially start to move to the upside all of a sudden, but I'm going to actually tell you what's going on here. If you combine these two candles, this one right here, this is bearish, actually called bearish harami candlestick pattern. Okay, so this on the weekly is actually bad. So if you want to continue higher, you must be taking out the highest part of this bearish candle. You cross it, you invalidate the bearish candles here, back test it, and then you go on to create some new highs, and we're going to talk about the new highs technical target. The second thing is that on the daily, you still got a bullish engulfing suddenly here in the middle of nowhere as well. So as long as you're not going to take that bullish engulfing candlestick low, I don't think you're looking for any lows anytime soon. The EMAs though, I don't know if there's an EMA on the daily, and yeah, we do have a little bit of an EMA here. So let's see if you can actually try to get above the 10 and the 20 and stay above the 10 and the 20 and try to scratch your way all the way to the back to the top of the mountain again. So that's it for this update on Pepe. And by the way, if you're watching this, the signals which I personally trade, where I actually give my person, and that there are 6 coins that I've been telling my private channel, and I do think those 6 coins can actually give you 20 to 30x for the long term. They're actually researched by me, and I personally think that they can convert you $100 to even potentially $1,000 to $2,000, but it's gonna take time, and I need people who can stay long term until 2025 because I do want to create history. So if you want to actually give me a try, if you want to give your guy a try, that would be amazing. So you can hit me up on Twitter, potentially come to Twitter and say, hey, I want to be a part of it. It's super cheap. I'm not trying to rip you off. It's $10 per month. So let's see. Whoever wants to come, welcome. And that's it. Going to see you in the next one. Love is.